Hello my darling yoga family, welcome back. Or if you haven't met me before, I'm Wendy and I'd like to take you through the diaphragmatic breath to start our practice today. I will also post a 10-minute video recording of me taking you through a much slower process of learning how to breathe the diaphragmatic way. So just taking you through a shorter version for us to start our practice today. If you settle into your mat, either on your block or your blanket, take your time, or if you're just on your carpet, that's cool. Let's roll through the shoulders and gently bring the hands to the belly. So diaphragmatic is a long old word to keep using, which is why I call this the belly breath. And this is a beautiful breath. It allows your nervous system to calm down. We're born with this breath, and it is something that as we get older, we lose it. We take the breath up and into the thorax, and we draw these shoulders up, and all that tension is created, and we shallow breathe. So bringing it all back to the belly just settles everything down beautifully. So notice your natural breath to begin with. Just feel maybe a gentle, we're not changing anything, just a gentle rise and fall in the belly with your natural breath. Close your eyes if you want to just feel it. Sometimes shutting off the sense of sight is such a good place to start by bringing your attention inward to your breath. So enjoy that release as you find your natural breath. In and out of your nose if you have it. Okay, now we're going to lengthen through the breath. So as you fill your belly full and round, feel it pressing into the palms of your hands. Maybe you can feel your fingers splaying open. And then as you exhale, draw the belly button in towards your spine, flattening the belly. Follow your breath. We're trying to lengthen through the breath with each and every inhale. And then squeeze the exhale all the way through that belly. And this does take time to work on. And breathing the belly full and soft. So if you can feel it all coming into your shoulders, let the shoulders roll away from your ears. And squeeze your belly all the way into the back of your pelvis. We breathe the belly full and soft, rounding it up and into the hands, and squeeze it all the way back. So if you can find a pause at the top of your breath, breathing it up, find the silence in your headspace, pause and then squeeze. See if you can squeeze for even longer than you have inhaled. Just keep going with it until there's a stillness in your belly, nothing else, and then breathe all the way in again. Pausing here and squeezing. One more long breath in. And squeeze. As you roll the shoulders softly away from your ears and let the back of your hands just rest on the legs. Allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. And float your eyes open. Gently bring your hands to your heart center. And as you press through the sit bones and raise your heart up, roll the shoulders away and draw the resistance into the palms of your hands, right the way to your fingertips. Rise all the way up, tucking your chin in, and take the back of your head a little further behind you. We're stacking the ears over the shoulders and the shoulders over the hips. Squeezing the shoulders as close to your ears as you can. Breathe it up. And then rain your fingers out wide, reaching from one side of the room to the other. So we're taking it from the shoulder joints to the fingertips rather than reaching through on a swaying spine. So find that space from the shoulders to your fingertips, and then have a little look that your arms are in alignment with your shoulders. Turn the thumbs behind you, palms face up. Rise out of the crown of your head and use your belly breath, squeezing the belly when you exhale to keep your spine strong. We're just going to start twisting from the fingertips up and into the shoulder joints. Now, if you can feel there's a lot of clicking going on in your shoulders, we need to find some more space. So find that space by reaching from the shoulders to the fingertips and then speed it up a little bit more. Warming all the synovial joint fluid up to save us from injury. Getting all the joints involved from the fingertips to the shoulders. Then rise all the way up and into your fingertips. Take that long breath in and draw the palms face up. Roll your arms into the shoulders and bring the fingertips to your shoulders. Raise the elbows and connect them. Let's take the one elbow behind and start to work through the ribs as you rotate, cycling the elbows up to the sky and down to the earth. Just notice what's going on in your body. See how that feels. And then we'll take it in the other direction. Try not to make this rotation small. We want to get all the muscles involved, really open up those intercostal muscles through the ribs. And then bringing the elbows back together and rise all the way up and into your fingertips. Squeezing the shoulders into the ears, breathe it up, and then rain your fingers wide. Reach your energy from one side of the room to the other side of the room. Okay, this is our brain workout. Roll the shoulders away. Have a look to the one hand. We're going to turn that thumb face up, palm facing up. And then we're going to turn the other thumb facing down. Ooh. So you're reaching fingertips away. Okay, rise out of the crown of your head, look forwards and start to rotate in opposite directions. So we know that by rotating the left, or just moving the left side of your body differently to the right side of your body is a really good way to give your brain workout. Oh yes, like that. Tapping the tummy and rubbing the head, or rubbing the head and tapping the tummy. Rise all the way up and breathe in. Oh, rain your fingers down. Oh, gently place the hands onto your legs. Give those legs a good old rub. And then bring the knees in. We're going to shake the legs. We've been sitting cross-legged for quite a time now, so give the legs a good old shake from the hips down to the toes. Reach your fingertips down to the earth. Press the heels away and spread your toes wide. Breathe into the toes. Exhale to curl the toes. Breathing the toes open. And exhale to curl the toes. One more time, we're breathing them open. Push the heels away and point and press away. Shake the legs apart, draw big opposing circles with the feet. Get the knees involved, feel what's going on inside your hips and start to really wake up the legs. I always give deep respect to the feet because we trap them in shoes and boots all winter long, and then we expect great things from them to keep us upright. And if we don't respect our feet, we can't walk on our hands when we're older. So let's just have this moment to rise up and into your right angle. Take your breath in, rain your fingers down and bring your feet in. Reset the hips for a moment. I'm going to take you through a moderated sun salutation. So if you know and enjoy your full sun salutation, then please do that. But those of you that are new to me and new to yoga, it's really important that we start with a moderated version. Look after yourselves, please. I'm not there with you and I need to be able to see you. I'm going to get rid of my block. Ooh, sorry about that. Let's come to the front of the mats and just let all the bones of the feet settle into the mat. Roll from the front to the back of your feet. Splaying your toes wide and allowing all 9,000 nerve endings underneath each foot to connect through the whole of the body. Feel it as you roll through the shoulders. Reach down. Take your breath in. And bring your hands to your heart center. Rise all the way up and into your fingertips. And then squeeze your shoulder blades together. We call this a swan dive as you draw your fingertips either to the top of your legs, your shins, where feels comfortable for you. Remember, this is a moderated sun salutation, so I'm coming up to the top of my legs. Roll the shoulders away from you, the collarbones are wide, the crown of the head is reaching forwards. Press into the big toes of both feet. Engage that belly breath, squeezing the belly into the spine, and then you can flatten the spine for a high tabletop. So you'll feel a lovely stretch at the back of your legs. And gently bend the knees. We're going to take the hands down. Now this is slow. We're coming down and onto our knees. Walk your knees a little bit away from you, so you're in your low tabletop here. Okay, so we're going to stretch out the hip flexors first. We need to bring one foot back. If you need to help it with your hand, let me do it with the other side so you can see. If you need to help it with your other hand, draw that foot forwards. Take as long as you need to. Adjust yourself. It's really important that you start and prep correctly. Make sure that the front knee is over the front heel. You don't want the knee to be forward because that will destabilize your knee. And then you can either place your fingertips into the mat or the floor, or completely flat. Try not to come halfway because that will destabilize your knuckles. There's another one, and that is gorilla pose. I love this one. It's really supportive so that you're resting on your first lot of knuckles there. Okay, so we're breathing into this back hip flexor. Take your breath in and let the shape of your body and your exhale find the release through your hip flexor. So breathe into it and just let it happen on its own. You'll feel it giving and letting go. We're not pushing and we're not forcing anything, not ever with my yoga, ever. We breathe into it and then we let it go. All right, let's place the hands down flat. We're going to gently start to encourage that front foot back and come into a rest pose. So reaching your fingertips as far away from you as you can, settling your sit bones down to your heels. Find that beautiful stretch from your fingertips all the way through down to your tailbone. Surrender here for a moment. Okay, have a little look through your hands. Place the forearms onto the mat and draw the shoulders up and over your elbows. You're going to walk the knees away. We're slowly coming down and onto our bellies. So first of all, find that belly breath. You need to be strong in the belly. And then when you squeeze your belly, this is where you bring your hips down, just slowly. Okay. We're finding a Sphinx pose. As you draw the shoulders over the elbows, roll the shoulders away from you. So here we are in our Sphinx pose. Doesn't matter if you're lower or higher. We breathe into the belly, press the belly into the mat. It's like you're pushing the belly away, the mat away with the belly. And then squeeze the belly strong. You've got this. Breathe into it. And squeeze. Again, breathe into it. And slowly, slowly start to bring the heart down. Rest your forehead on the mat. Interlace your fingers over the back of your head. Rest the elbows wide. Then bend the knees, bring them wide on the mat. Raise your feet and crisscross your ankles, left over right and right over left. Softly let the feet rest back down in alignment with your hips and draw the hands back underneath your shoulders. Press the elbows in towards your ribs and down into the mat. Then roll those shoulders away. Breathe into the belly. Squeeze it strong. You know you need this to support your back as you rise back up with your tailbone and come back into your hare pose. Reach the fingertips as far away from you as you can. This is your release. And come into this whenever you need to. And have a little look through your hands. Okay, so we're coming back to the other side this time. So whichever side your other foot was on, we're going to bring the other foot forward. Does that make sense? Yeah. So we're coming to the hip flexor on the other side. So bringing that foot forwards, scoop your hand behind the leg to help you. Remember, this is your modification, so adjust yourself until you feel comfortable. And once you're in your horse posture, we are going to bring ourselves with happy hands, whether fingertips, flat hands, or into the gorilla pose. Then take the breath into your hip flexor. I know that I'm on the same side, but I'm just doing it so that you're able to see what happens. You'll probably start up here, take your breath in, and as you exhale, the exhale and the shape just gently lets the hip flexor stretch. So we're not forcing. Can't say that enough, can I? We breathe into it. We release down into it, and we do not raise this because the hip flexors, especially when we do a lot of sitting, driving, or whatever you do in your life, we tend to do a lot of sitting, and that shortens the hip flexors, so we're lengthening them. All right, my darlings, place the hands down flat, bring that front knee back down and walk your knees back towards your hands. Just have a little rock through the balls of your feet. And then as you gently walk your feet to where they're comfortable, breathe into your belly and then softly draw the fingertips up towards your shins or the top of your legs. I'll come back to the top of my legs for my modified half lift. Okay, we breathe into that belly again. You'll be a professional at this belly breath by the end. Draw the crown of the head forwards. And if you want even more of a stretch down the back of your legs, gently, just a little bit at a time, roll towards the balls of your feet. Breathe into it. Exhale to squeeze. Take that breath in. And as you bend your knees deeply, squeeze your shoulder blades and reverse that swan, rising up to the sky. Okay, you can replay this video as many times as you need to practice your modified Sun Salutation before you join me on the full Sun Salutation. Have a little kick and a flick. Okay, so to release the small of the spine, yesterday we did pelvic tilts. Today we're going to do a reverse pelvic tilt. So coming down onto the mat, just have a little wiggle around. Enjoy that release of the back body into the mat, and then softly bring the knees into the chest. Flip-flop your feet. We're not going to squeeze the knees into the chest too soon. Just reset your hips. Okay, make sure that you have some length at the back of your neck. Now breathe those knees into your chest. Can you feel your tailbone raising up and off the mat? Take a long breath in, and then settle the tailbone back down to the mat. Breathe the knees in. You'll feel the small of your spine pressing strongly into the mat. And then exhale to release the tailbone back down. And you'll feel the small of your spine softly releasing. Let's do two more. We breathe in. And find the length of your arms. Just gently let those knees come back into your hands. Again, squeezing that belly as you exhale. Squeezing it. Beautiful. Okay, bring the knees into your chest and have a little rock from side to side. So you can see that we're building on everything that we do slowly each day. I'd much rather keep you safe and do it bit by bit than take you into all sorts of postures that maybe some of you, maybe a lot of you, are just learning if you're new to yoga. The rest of us, all of us cuddle up, the rest of us that are a little further down our yoga journey can get an awful lot from starting again and enjoying finding new things within their yoga practice. That could be honouring the breath. It could be just finding new movements that bring out something different in your physical body, or allow you to just let everything go. So my darlings, as we sit up and we prepare to finish our practice today, gently roll your shoulders and sealing our practice with Namaste, my beautiful yogis. Thank you for joining me from my home to your home.